Hi beauties, coming back at you with another video. Sorry. I hate when people are fixing their hair and stuff like that, but then when I catch myself in the viewfinder and I see something crazy and I'm just like, I should fix it, but if I don't, someone's gonna point out like, oh, your hair was sticking out in a weird way or something. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I thought I'd do a quick video on my highlight collection. Just the highlights that I love, and especially for like women of color, sometimes I think with highlights it's tough because some things look really ashy or whatever. So it's good just to see, and things look different on different skin tones. So I figure I'm just gonna swatch on my arm and just talk to you also about how I do my highlight. I do have a video that I filmed a while ago that you can see if you check out how I layer my highlight, and it's just how I kind of get this, like I have technically 3 different highlighters on right now, and that's how I got the glow that I have, because I like to glow from space. So yeah, so it's 3 is probably a little excessive, but they're like liquid, cream, and powder, and I have to like layer them. So keep that in mind when you see my collection, that it's not like I'm just wearing one. A lot of times I am wearing a lot of these together, but and by no means am I trying to brag with my collection. I definitely should not have this much makeup. But yeah, this is highlights, probably one of my favorite things. Highlights and looks, I think, are my 2 favorite parts of makeup, or things within makeup that I love. So yeah, we're just gonna just jump right into it. I'll try to go by brand, but I can't promise that I'll do that because I have everything thrown in a box. So first I'll start with Colourpop. So I have 2 Colourpop highlighters. I haven't been using these a super ton, but they're nice. The only thing about these is they don't, like, I don't think they layer over powder well at all. So if you're the type of person that wears like powder foundation, I don't know if I recommend these. Oh shoot. So this is Most Necessary, and I'll do a little swatch. Most Necessary, you can see. Next, I have, and you have to close these tight, otherwise they dry out, Avalon, which is like great golden. So Most Necessary is more pink-y, like coppery, and this is more of like a gold coppery bronze. Actually, you don't even really need that much, like, and you can see these are like really nice, and I think these both are very like women of color friendly, so I would definitely recommend these. Just again, just keep in mind if you're like baking and doing all this stuff, you have to watch out. This will not go over powder well. Next is something by Mercier. I've had this forever. This is probably my first highlight. It's called Golden Mosaic, and I got it to use as eyeshadows and highlight. It's like my ride or die. This thing is like so beat up. As you can see, I've hit pan. My favorite part to highlight is, for a while, has been the pink. That's why it's the most used up, because I really liked the pink highlight it gave. So I'll swatch that here, just the pink by itself. I liked layering, here it is. I liked layering that over my highlighter, but you can also mix them together, and you get that if you mix it together. So really nice. I love this, and I'll probably it's like broken because it's so old, but I'll definitely repurchase. Go into MAC. So I have 2 MAC mineralized skin finishes. First is Gold Deposits, which is like a really popular one for women of color. It's gold. So that is right here. It's like a goldeny bronze. You can see it right here. Gold deposits. Next, I have Cheeky Bronze, which I really like this one. I layer this one a lot. Sometimes I'll do Cheeky Bronze with the Colourpop ones or with a cream highlight. So this one I've used a lot more than, I go through phases. Sometimes I like, right now I'm still in kind of like the pinky-ish highlight phase, but I was into the golden stuff for a little while. Probably go back to it soon. So that is Cheeky Bronze right there. So you can see it has more of a pink, but it's still very woman of color friendly. I always use a fan brush with this, and so it doesn't go on ashen at all. Really nice. And then my newest MAC highlight is a cream highlight. This is called Improper Copper. It's one of their color bases. I have that on today with a different highlight I'll get into later, layered on top. So Improper Copper. That is right here. Improper Copper. This is what it looks like really orangey and pan, and it does come off like orangey, but when you shear it out, it like looks good. It helps give this coppery glow that I have on my cheek, like underneath. It definitely helps with that color. To go through this fairly quickly, the rest of these, because we're beginning to lose some light. So next brand I'm gonna go through is Bobbi Brown. So this is Sunset Pink. It's what I have on my cheeks over Improper Copper. And this is what it looks like. I think I featured this in a favorites, like a November favorites. And it's like that pinky highlight that I said I'm like really into right now. So you can kind of see there. It's really nice, like with a fan brush. I usually use this one with a fan brush. I also have Nectar, which I got originally thinking it would kind of be the coppery pink that I was looking for, but this one is not as pigmented, I find, with a brush. Like you have to use your fingers for this to apply it. It's really peachy, so I don't use it as much, just because I don't like using my fingers to apply my powder products all the time, but that's kind of what it looks like. So it's a little bit more apricot-y than Sunset Pink is more pink. This is more apricot-y. So I like it. It doesn't pick up well on a brush. And then the last Bobbi Brown highlight I have is this mini that I just got from Nordstrom's. I'm going all the way down my arm. It's bronze, and so this is a shimmer brick, but it's like half the size, or it's let's say it's 0.14 ounces, so 4 grams of product, whereas like the big ones are 10.3 grams of product, so it's less than half. And this is what it looks like, but it's perfect because I'm not going to go through a whole highlight. So this is bronze, and I think this is great for dark skin. So that's bronze right there. So you can see it's nice. I like it. Next, I guess we can do what am I gonna do next? Becca. So for Becca, I have 2 highlights from them, and not the ones you're probably expecting, but I have their Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Poured, so it's their cream in rose gold, which is not even a real rose gold, it's pink. It's pink. So let me swatch this. All right. Oh, I swatched a lot. I've gone through a lot of this. It's like, as you saw in the, when I showed you, I hit pan. So I usually will use this and then put another highlight. Let me kind of shear it out a little bit. But so I put on a lot, so it's kind of a little bit crazy looking, but I'll put this on first with my fingers, just like tap it in, and then I'll go over with a powder highlight when I use this. The other Becca product I have is a mini. I got it. It was like one of those things when you spend like $25 or $35 at Sephora, you can get like a deluxe sample, and it was of their Shimmering Skin Perfector Press, so the powder. So this is Opal, which you've probably seen already. And so I'll swatch that because this is like their most popular. So right here, that's Opal. These swatches are like wild. Next, I have Chanel. So this is the only highlight I have by them. I'm just gonna do this on my, like here. This is their Soleil Tan de Chanel Fluid Sheer Illuminating Fluid. So this is like my first highlight I'll put on. So I'll put this on first and then put my foundation over. So I put this on my cheeks primarily. I go over my foundation. When I do my foundation, I focus it more on the cheeks and back and like the perimeter of my face. And then I do like kind of a sheer layer over like the apple of my cheek because I don't really have scarring or anything there. So I go sheer over the nose and like the cheeks. So this is still able to kind of show some type of glow on my cheeks naturally without being like super highlighty. So I usually do this first, then I go over it with a cream, and then I finish with a powder highlight. So I'm gonna put a tiny bit here. Ooh, too much because this stuff is expensive. This is like 80 bucks. So it's like a liquid, and I just shear it out. You can just shear it out, and I just put like the tiniest drop. I'll show you, I guess, what the inside looks like if you want to see. It's like liquid, no pump. I use this like every time I do my foundation. This is like an integral part. So you can just see that there. It really looks amazing with foundation. I've never really tried putting this over. I mean, I think I used to when I first got it, put it over my foundation, but I don't do it like that anymore. It's a lot of work just dabbing the liquid, and I think I like it better underneath my foundation. I think it looks really, really good. Next is a random one. This is Tarte. I got this in like a kit, so I didn't actually purchase this. It was in like one of those like Sephora like things you can add deluxe samples. But it's the Park Avenue Princess, which is a bronzer, but on deep skin tones. It serves as a highlighter. So I'll swatch that for you. So this is what it looks like. Down here. So you can kind of see, it's nice. It's like a bronzy highlight on dark skin, so it's right there. And it's really light. So this is a good, like, everyday, like, you really have to go in to make it like it's not like any of these up here. It's really a lot more natural and subtle. So this is a really good highlight for like work and stuff like that when you're not trying to be like glow into the gods and cray. Okay, last brand is what is this brand called? The Balm Cosmetics. And so these ones are probably one of my earlier highlights I got. One of them is shattered and the other one, it's like loose in the pan, so I can't hold it up very well. But this one is Betty Luminizer. I've had this for a while. When I first got it, I was super into it. I don't really go for this color as much anymore. Just because I've been into the pinks, but I'll probably go back to the gold soon, I think. So I'll swatch that for you. I'll swatch it here. So it really is super pigmented, bronzy. Like, I still have some on my finger. Like, look at that. It's just super glow. Like, I don't know why I don't use this as much. I'm gonna start using it again. But it's really nice for women of color. It's that nice golden glow and super, super pigmented. You get a lot of bang for your buck with with this. And then the last one is Mary Luminizer, which is like for dark skin, you really have to go in with the light hand. It's shattered, as I said, so that's all I can show you. Try not to blind you, but yeah. So let me go in. This, because like on dark skin, can look really kind of ashy and like stark, like that's white. So this, I have to go in with a fan brush for sure and go with a very light hand. But you can see there, like, the glow is real. It's definitely a good highlight for fair, like, lighter skin tones. But deep skin tones, you can wear it too. You just gotta be careful. And I forgot one highlighter in my last clip. It's the Nars Liquid Illuminator, and this is in Laguna. And I've had this for a little while, but I used to use it all the time the same way I would use my Chanel, which would be under foundation, but I've also worn it over. And this is kind of what it looks like on, and you can just like rub it out. And it's just more of like a nice sheen. This looks good also over makeup. I just use it before powdering, obviously. But I don't know why I don't use this as much anymore. It has a really, I think 'cause I've been into the whole pink, white highlight, but for a while I was into the gold bronze. And this was great for that. So you can kind of see. Yeah, so highlight. I think that's all. I think that's everything. So I'm definitely on like a highlighting ban. Like I can't purchase any more highlight with my own money. If, you know, I get like a deluxe sample that's like a perk or something, that's okay. But I am on a highlighting ban because for someone who, yeah, who is not a beauty person, this is a lot. This is a lot of highlighters. These are all different highlighters. This is insane. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want a full in-depth review on any of these products, just let me know in the comment section below. If you want like full-on demos and stuff like that, or if you have any questions, you don't need a whole video, just leave in the comment section below and I'll answer it. I'll have everything in the description box that I have listed, and yeah, so you can get these, any of these. If any of these stood out to you, I'll list them down below so you can find them. And I hope you found this video helpful. Yeah, and I really love highlight, as you can tell. So yeah, if you have any questions at all, just leave it down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye beauties.